Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rolene Marks, your host, bringing you those top stories every Monday to Thursday from Israel and the region. And we want to appeal to you to please help us get Israel's side of the story and get our Israel Brief out to as many people as possible by sharing our video. We have noticed that these kind of posts are being censored by Facebook and other social media. So if you see us, please share us. And we really appreciate all your support and all your help. But now on to today's top stories. And Israel is mourning our Staff Sergeant, 21-year-old Barel Shmeuli, who passed away yesterday after 9 days of fighting bravely to stay alive. Shmuley was shot at very close range in the head during a riot along the border with the Gaza Strip. And despite the best efforts of medical staff at Soroka Hospital, he succumbed to his wounds. This was shortly after yesterday's broadcast when we appealed to everyone to please pray for him that his situation had markedly deteriorated. Sergeant Shmuley was buried in Kiryat Shmuel cemetery last night, and thousands attended his funeral. But his mother Nitza reserved a lot of criticism for the IDF, for the police and border guards, and for the government, saying that this could have been prevented. And the family have now demanded an inquest into the situation that led to the shooting and his ultimate passing away. Shmuley was shot when a Gazan spotted a hole in the fence and was able to pull a gun from his waistband and shoot the young 20-year-old soldier in the head. Our thoughts, our prayers, and the love of a collective nation, both here and around the world, are with the Shmuley family. Many people don't realize that when one of our young falls in defense of the state of Israel, it is like it's one of our own, and we are all personally affected. So our thoughts and our prayers continue to go out to his loved ones, his family, his friends. May his memory be eternally blessed, and may his family know no more sorrow. In other news, we now go to Afghanistan, and the United States has ended their military presence in Afghanistan. The last remaining troops have evacuated from Kabul airport, and the Taliban have declared full independence and symbolically walked up and down the tarmac. Now, it is understood that the US Army have disabled the helicopters that were left behind, rendering them unusable. This brings to an end a 20-year-old war in Afghanistan, and of course, many are now debating the merits of how the US withdrew. Was this the right decision, and was this all in vain? The worry now is that a vacuum has been created for entities like the Taliban, like ISIS-K. I know some of you have asked me why ISIS-K. The K stands for Khorasan. It's a province in Pakistan, and like we know ISIS, or Daesh as we call them, as almost part of the Levant area, which is Syria, Iraq, the area where we are in now, the Middle East. This particular branch, so to speak, of ISIS, ISIS-K, is Khorasani, and from a province in Pakistan. But there are concerns now what this could mean for the West. Will this provide the opportunity for these kind of groups to recalibrate, replan, and launch attacks? And of course, what will life be like for the Afghan people, especially the women and girls, under the reign of the Taliban? We are going to keep a very watchful eye and continue to report on the situation in Afghanistan. And our final story for the day ends the broadcast on a happy note, and Israel is getting ready to say marhaba and baruch haba to Bahrain's first ambassador to Israel, Khalid Al-Jalahma. He left Bahrain just about an hour or so ago and is currently winging his way to Tel Aviv, where he will take up his post as the country's first ambassador to Israel. This is under the historic Abraham Accords. And just before he left, he says that the opportunity to fulfill His Majesty Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa's will to have peace and coexistence with other countries is a privilege that he intends to fulfill. So we cannot wait to welcome him, and we look forward to the many ways that Israel and Bahrain will cooperate, and it really is a great day for both of our countries. In the meantime, if you're looking for something to read, check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. You can read Fonda Dubb's very interesting article on how she taught dancing as a tool to defy apartheid, and how she has continued this tradition by looking at ways of building coexistence in Israel between Israelis and young Arabs. It's also up on our Facebook page. If you're watching us there, don't forget to like us or follow us, and please share our content. Let's help break the social media censors. We're on YouTube at the Israel Brief. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe by clicking on the red subscribe button. And we are on Twitter. So if you are on Twitter at the moment, look for us. We're at Lay of the Land 5. Click on the follow and be part of our growing social media family. So with me, Rolene Marks, and the team at Lay of the Land, we wish you a peaceful, a safe and a healthy rest of your day, and we'll catch you again tomorrow.